Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of CantoSense. We're here to navigate the nuances of Chinese culture, of which there are many, so that we can live fully Christian and fully Chinese. So American Thanksgiving happened just a few weeks ago, and I have to give a shout out to Canadians, where we celebrated Thanksgiving about a month and a half before that. And now Christmas is right around the corner. But what we can't forget is that there is a significant Chinese holiday between those two, and that is winter solstice.
Yeah, even though we live here in the tropics and there are no four seasons, but we celebrated winter solstice.
Right.
It was a celebration that is always at the end of the year. And I have fond memories growing up making glutinous rice balls that will be cooked in sweet syrupy soup that we will have as dessert.
Tang yuan, right? I have a confession because I didn't know what winter solstice was until a few years ago when people were celebrating it in Asia. And I realized that my upbringing had this gap of a holiday. My parents just didn't celebrate it. But had I known that there was another time of the year where I could eat Tang yuan out of celebration, then I would have wanted to participate earlier.
It was really a celebration of family. Everyone would be home, and it's kind of like a Chinese New Year reunion dinner, except that it's not the time of Thanksgiving. So yeah, growing up, celebrated winter solstice without even knowing that it's called winter solstice because we call it Dongzhi. Obviously growing up, you would never think what the Dong mean. Of course now we know it means winter, even though we don't have winter where I grew up.
Apparently, winter solstice is where you have the shortest day and therefore the longest night. And after this day, the time of daylight becomes longer in a day. And that usually gives people hope. People traditionally would celebrate it by worshiping heaven or your ancestors. There is Tang yuan that are eaten if you're from the south. But in the north, you would eat dumplings. And so there's this whole tradition around cooking together, celebrating, and just time of family.
I really love that the element of hope is such a big part of this celebration, and Thanksgiving as well. I cannot help but think as we read the Old Testament, there's so many celebrations by the Jewish people, giving thanks to Yahweh. And there's so many, and feasts, exactly, just giving thanks to a time of rejoicing, praising Yahweh for his goodness. Winter solstice celebration for the Chinese can really be redeemed to be such an occasion where we not just celebrate family, but celebrate God and give thanks to him for his goodness towards us. And also a time where we look forward with hope to his second coming. We live in the times of the now and the not yet, but we celebrate as we look ahead, knowing that our confidence and the promise that is in Christ that is before us.
And the time of the year that winter solstice is in, between the 21st and the 24th or 23rd.
Just before Christmas,
of December. So there is a significance there close to Christ's birth, but I also think if you do live in a country or you're from a country where there is winter, during that time, you may not be feeling very hopeful, to be honest, because you'll be very cold. The trees are bare. You're locked inside. You look outside the window and you may not be feeling very hopeful. There's a barrenness of winter. But when you have hope, what it means is that you can look at winter and know that spring will come. And spring will bring life and will bring renewal and rejuvenation and resurrection and all of these things. So it's almost a holiday that will encourage us to keep that hope alive, that winter won't be forever.
Exactly.
There is life on the other side of this.
There's tangible evidence of that because with every passing day after winter solstice, you see more and more of daylight because you've just passed the longest night. In addition to redeeming the occasion, there's a place to even redeem Tang yuan itself. If you think about the Christmas tree, I don't remember any Christmas tree kind of trees nearby Jesus when he was born in Bethlehem. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure those were palm trees or olive trees near where he was born. Over time, when you see the Christmas tree, in some contexts today, it's still seen as very paganistic, but most of us when we see the Christmas tree, we immediately associate it with Christmas, the birth of Christ. And I hope in the same way, when we eat tang yuan, it will remind us of hope, thanksgiving, and reunion with Jesus eventually, because the round shape of the balls and the bowls in which they are served traditionally symbolize family cohesion. So as we eat tang yuan from now on, as we seek to redeem it for our Christian living, it will not just symbolize hope, but it will symbolize our family cohesion in Christ as we await the second coming of Christ.
Well, and we've all been through so much in the past couple of years with the pandemic and everything, but all the more a heart of gratitude, a spirit of thanksgiving is what's going to keep us grounded and close to the Lord and just attuned to what he's doing. So, thinking of winter solstice as a Chinese Thanksgiving, I think is just a brilliant way for us to not just remember for ourselves in our hearts and give thanks, but also to share hope with our extended family, especially in this difficult time. We wish you a very blessed and thankful winter solstice, Chinese Thanksgiving, and we hope to see you again soon at CantoSense.